Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anita Ramadhani, name 2010931027. I will explain two lessons of OMPI. Okay, the first, organization and management. Organization describe the characteristic of the organization and explain how to comprehend of organization and changing. Study management explain the University of Management concept of management is important even if you don't play to be a manager and describe the reward and the challenge of being a management. And then two, her historical background of management. Historical background of management explain why studying management history is important and describe some early advantage of management practice. Important contribution made by Frederick, Taylor and Frank and the Little Gabriel. 3. Anipane or symbolic. Aim for or symbolic contracts the action of manager according to the Anipane and the symbolic views explain the parameters of manager discretion. And the 4, the global environment. The global environment describes the current status of the European Union, discuss the North America Free Trade Agreement, and tell about the association of the Southeast Asia networks. And then explain the important, the globalization influence and discuss to the role of the WTO. 5. Social responsibility and the managerial art. Social responsibility and management arch contracts the classes and the social economic views of social responsibility, discuss the role the stakeholder play in the first stage of social responsibility and the difference because social obligation, social responses, and the social responsibility. And six, the essence of the manager's job. The essence of management job define decision make process and the step in the decision making process, and then describes the conference of building relationships and then explain why intuition is and how it affects decision making. 7. Foundation of the planning. Foundation of the planning difference between formal and informal planning. Describe the purpose of planning and discuss the conclusion for the study of the relationship between planning and the performance. 8. Strategy management. Strategy management explain why strategy management is the important and then discuss what study of the effective of the strategy management have so and list step in the strategy management process. 9. Explain the technique. Planning tools and the technique explain why competitor intelligence is the way the manager can do it legal and ethical. Describe how management can improve the effectivity of the forecasting and explain the step in the benchmarking process. 10. Organization structure and design. Organization structure and design describe all of the five roles of the departmentalization, explain cross-functional teams, difference, change and common, accordingly responsibility and the idea of common and the success and the traditional and the complementarity for views of the change of common. And then communication and information technology. Communication and information technology explain all the comprehension of the communication process. List the communication method, manage, make, use the describe non-verbal communication and how it takes place. And then the human resource management. Human resource management explains how as organization human resources can be a significant sources of communication adventure. List 8 activity for striving the organization and the sustaining high employee performance and discuss the environment factor. Many change and the information explain how manager might change structure, technology, and people, why people resent change, and how resources might be managed, why information is just connectivity, and explain the system view in information. And then the foundation of behavior to describe is the focus and the goals of organization behaviors. Why the comparison of a organization as the imperative is the import to understanding organization behavior and define the five important employee behaviors the managers what to explain practice and in place. And then understanding group and teams. Define the different type of group. Describe the five types of the group development. Describe and foremost common type of team and list characteristic of effective teams. And then the motivation applies. Motivation applies define motivation. Motivation as the need strategies process. How goal setting and the realization theory explain, exploit, motivation, and describe the good job characteristic model as a way to design motivation jobs. Leadership. Leadership is discussed what organization, how so, about leadership stance. Demonstrate the feelings of the four behavior leadership theory and explain the dual nature of the leaders behaviors. And then the foundation of control is to describe three steps in the control process. And then why what is the mission is more practical than how it's mentioned and explain the three courses of action management can take in controlling. And then the last for the lesson is OMPI is the operation and value change management. Operation and value change management define value change and value change management. Describe two goals of value change management and discuss the recruitment of the successfully value change management. Okay, I think enough for the presentation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.